All right, so this is a day in the life of a piano tuner here in Nashville. That's Ruby. I was watching her for a friend, Ruby the dog. And that's me spilling my coffee in the morning in my Schenectady mug. Got to fill it all the way to the top. It's going to be a good day. First we get to this house and this beautiful piano. It's got a player system on it. And it came with their house. So they wanted to get it tuned up so their kids could learn to play. And first thing I noticed is a squeaky bench. So I'm going to fix that. No charge for squeaky bench fixes. It's just a quick, as long as my tools don't get stuck, it's a quick fix. You can do this at home on your piano. Just tighten up those nuts in there. Don't over tighten them, but yeah. Get them nice and tight and snug. And it should fix your creaking. But yeah, this is just, let's see if it fixed it. Yep, all good. Just a day, found a pencil in the piano. Usually there's something in there. So I'll just take the fall board off for a sec. I always clean the keys. Yeah, that no pen scared me. It's a lot further out of tune. I always do a quick cleaning, vacuum it up, and wipe the keys down, and get anything that may have at one point been living in there. So then we'll blow it out. Quick, there's a 300,000 RPM blower, little tiny hand blower, and then I really want to dig into the keys. They're always dirty, so it's not you. It's just all pianos. So I clean them. You'd be surprised how far you get just cleaning stuff. That's what it sounds like before tuning. That's me. Hey. I'm gonna extra clean here. If water doesn't work, you'll see I'm trying water. And then, if that doesn't work, I switch to the rubbing alcohol, isopropyl. But I think that's what I used. Yeah, this is how I tune. I'll start out with that first note that was really far off, just gives it time to stretch while I tune the rest of the piano. Maybe some of the low end. Yeah, it's good. Good gig. Tuning pianos. Just, I'm a big fan of small businesses in general, so anytime you can start your small business up, I'm maybe starting to coach other small businesses. So here's the rubbing alcohol. So that's just to get into the extra. When it gets really rough on the keys, then I gotta use this stuff. It takes everything off. But it'll also take the lacquer or other stuff off the pianos. So you gotta be careful. Goes right through your finishes. Goes right through everything. Yeah, cleaned it all up. Nice. Everybody's happy. Get some tuning so you can hear how out of tune it was. It needed a pitch raise and a fine tuning. So pitch raise is bringing it up to the 440, A440 range, which is A4, the middle A. I guess oscillating the tone, the frequency is 440 hertz. So the sine wave oscillates 440 times a second. And that's what gives you an in tune A in our normal standard tuning these days. I just go back and forth. I check them all with my tuning method that, everybody's got their own way. But I go back and forth and I check every note 3 times while I'm playing across the piano. Some other people use different, I just use a simple tuner. This simple chromatic tuner tunes anything. But a lot of people use piano-specific tuners, and then they only play one note at a time, and they just go through the whole piano one note at a time. And they don't really check the intervals, because there are a couple types of tuning on the piano. You have there's 3 strings per note for a lot of the piano, the treble here. That's why you see all those little pins, tuning pins that I'm moving. And then there are 2 strings per note in the upper bass there, you'll see, and then the low bass is 1 string per note all the way to the left side. But yeah, the piano tuning software usually just tunes one note at a time, and I see a lot of people they just tune. They get the unisons, which is the one type of tuning, clean. Those are clean. The three strings together have to be the same, so it doesn't go wah 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 that you're hearing. But they don't usually go back and check the intervals all the time. Sometimes they check octaves, which is really important. But I like to check the fifths and the fourths as well. I like a clean octave. Fifth is pretty darn clean, and then fourth is a little less clean. But that's our equal temperament system, and the thirds are the worst of it. Yeah, just checking everything. And now to the bass. Did the top. And here we go. Look how beautiful that is. I'm so lucky I get to work in the most beautiful homes, nicest people. I have the very best customers in the world. I had a customer just today. She heard my interview on the radio a few months ago. And then she called me from that. She said, "Oh, you were the guy. I knew it. You were the guy that I needed." And I said, "Oh, it's not so nice." And then she was so happy with the work. We did a lot of, the wheels pulled off the bottom when she was moving the piano with some friends. And so it needed a lot of work. We had to tilt it upside on this back to fix the wheels. And then, man, I fixed it. Took a couple days. And she was so happy, she just sent me a note a month and a half later just saying thank you again for doing such a great job. She said she looks and sounds better than she has for years. I'm reading it right now. What a nice woman. I have the best customers. I'm so lucky. But yeah, and then nice pianos. It's great. This one plays itself. And their family, you'll see they have kids that are going to take lessons. And a little puppy named Figaro you'll meet in a minute. But you'll notice I'm checking all the intervals. See how the tuning, it's got to be a fine tuning. So when I give it a pitch raise, it's just a rough once over. And then I go back and tune it all again. And dial it in so it sounds good. Nice and tight. Clean tuning. Yeah, that's most of it. Not too tough, huh? If I can do it, anybody can do it. Yep, and then that's the top of the piano there, finished up. And this is how I test them all. The high end is tough, the very high treble. So it should sound nice and clean. Usually something jumps right out at you if it's not good. I think there was one there. There's little Figaro and one of the little kids from the house. Yeah, go ahead. See if you can play something. That's okay. There you go. We go, hello, pup, look at this. Figaro, I went to my first opera, and I went to in Rome, was Il Nozze di Figaro, which is the wedding of Figaro, which is the sequel to The Barber of Seville. And it was the reason I love the opera. We sat eighth row, the Roman opera house, and saw Figaro. Yep. Just a few more touch-ups on the bottom. Just check. It's like a puzzle. They all have to fit together. Most of it. Look at that player system installed before. It's before the tuning. And here it's not perfect. And then after the tuning. Much better. And before, See if you can hear the difference and after. I'm not the best pianist, to be honest. I only have a few songs in my repertoire, but I play them on every piano. Just have to check. I play the bass, the bassoon, a few other instruments, drums and stuff, a guitar, clarinet. Yeah. Who needs to learn when the piano can play itself? Just kidding, you should learn. Everybody should learn. It's good to have a practice. And that's it. That's my trick. Let me know what you think.